Can we make sure she never comes back because she's way too good at this? Bienvenue, mes amis, to our recap of Internationaux de France in Angers, the third stop on the Grand Prix circuit. We are, of course, starting off with pairs. And I say, of course, because legend of the pairs, Kirsten Moore-Towers is joining me for our pair analysis here.
That's right. I'm so excited to be here. Super exciting for me to be in the CBC building.
It's
this is a great day. Yeah, it's a good day.
Kirsten Moore-Towers. I don't know why I keep saying your full name.
It's okay, you can if you want.
Kirsten Moore-Towers, will you do us the honors in reading at the pairs podium?
Asher Hill, I would love nothing more. In first place in the pair event, we have Deanna Stellato-Dudek and Maxime Deschamps of Canada. In second place, we have the husband-wife team of Camille Kovalev and Pavel Kovalev from France. And in third place, the German team of Annika Hucke and Robert Kunkel.
This event delivered the ultimate comeback story. After being away from the sport for 16 years, Stellato-Dudek made history in France by becoming the oldest figure skater to ever win a Grand Prix gold. She's 39. This is a borderline fairy tale moment when you consider her journey to getting back to this point.
It's truly unbelievable. I can't imagine skating at 39 years old. Can you imagine skating at 39 years old?
I remember being 25 and being like, why am I doing this? I'm so tired.
I know.
For those of you who don't know Deanna, she had a very successful singles career. In the 1999 to 2000 season, she won the Junior Grand Prix final and took silver at the 2000 Junior World Championships. That year, she had a string of major injuries in her hip and her ankle that forced her to an early retirement at 17 years old. So she comes back to competition in 2016 and pairs up with Maxime in 2019. Fast forward to now, and they win their first Grand Prix gold.
I have goosebumps. That story really gives me goosebumps. Can you imagine at a work retreat, you write down return to competition, something you would do if you couldn't fail, and here she is. And she came back to skating in 2016, had a couple of years skating with Nathan Bartholomew, with some success as well. They went to the World Championships in 2018, but now really has found her match in Max. They are fantastic. Their skates here were a little bit nervy. They weren't quite as lights out as we saw them at Skate America a couple weeks ago, but we have to remember, when you are going out for your second Grand Prix with the chance to qualify for a Grand Prix final, it is extremely stressful and nerve-wracking because you know what opportunity you might have and how quickly you might be able to lose it. So we saw, I think, the nerves from them a little bit here. We saw a little bit the idea of having to come down from such a high that they would have been on at Skate America to bring themselves back up for this Internationaux de France. And I was really proud of them and impressed with them. Not perfect, but they got the job done, and they will be going to the Grand Prix final for the first time since 1999.
I can't even remember 1999.
No!
And also, you know, they're gearing up for another quadrennial.
That's right.
This quadrennial, this next Olympics, she'll be 42. So can you speak to how big of a moment it is to make the Grand Prix final, first of all, and then the fact that she'll be 42 heading to her potentially first Olympics?
Yeah, every skater who is on the Grand Prix circuit with 2 assignments has the goal of, if not now, one day attending the Grand Prix final, an extremely prestigious event. And so fantastic that they were able to secure their place there after, like you said, 22 years since the last time she was there. Funny story about Deanna, you mentioned she'd be 42 at the next Olympics, and someone asked her about that when I was around. I did not ask her the question. Someone asked her when I was within earshot, and she said, you know what, right now, I'm old. In a couple years, I'm just gonna be still old. And nothing really changes for her. And I would like to say those are her words and not mine. Don't come for me, these are Deanna's words. But it really is true, you know, if she is still able to do this, her body is still healthy, she still loves it, and she's still steadily improving, which she obviously is, then all the power to her. I'm gonna sit here and watch on my couch, but she's doing a great job.
So Kirsten.
So Asher.
Grand Prix finals coming up, they stamped their ticket. How likely is it that they will be stepping on the podium there?
You know what, we have I believe they are the only confirmed team to secure their place at Grand Prix final so far, so we still don't know who will be there. It is likely that we'll see the Japanese team of Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara and the American world champions of Alexa Kinnear and Brandon Frazier. They are pretty likely to be top 2 this season. I don't know which order. Probably throughout the season they will continue to solidify their spot. But that 3rd spot is really kind of wide open and up for grabs, and Deanna and Max are really making a name for themselves so far this season. They're consistently improving, and we know they're determined to do it. So I think it's a definite possibility for them to earn that bronze medal at the Grand Prix final. We'll have to see who else makes it to this competition, this prestigious event, but I'm looking forward to watching their progression.
Well, Kirsten Moore-Towers, it was wonderful to have you here yet again. Please always come back. Can we make sure she never comes back because she's only too good at this? But again, fabulous to talk to you. We could always use your insight. Good luck in your next journey within pairs. I know you're coaching, choreographing, doing seminars everywhere. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I had a blast, as always.
Yay.
These 2 times were a blast.
Now let's head on to the women's event. Your gold medalist from Belgium, Loena Hendrickx. And with the silver medal from South Korea, Yaelim Kim. With the bronze from Japan, Rion Sumiyoshi. Loena Hendrickx of Belgium continues her mining exploration from last season, picks up her 2nd Grand Prix medal for the 2nd time on her birthday, but this time it's gold. Taking a page from the ice dancers this season, she starts with a commanding skate to her J Balvin short program, which gives her a 72 and change to put her into the lead. Super, super duper spicy, we love it. Free program, different from what she started her preseason with, going with a fallen angel theme. Well, if this is her fall from grace, Miss Loena, you best keep on falling. She looked spicy and ready. Yet another clean skate in the free program, receiving all positive GOEs from top to bottom. Almost hitting her PB in the free program and the total score here. Perfect place you want to be heading into the rest of the Grand Prix season. Commanding her gold medal win by 20 points. And she will be looking at repeating this result, I'm sure, at her Grand Prix in Finland. After a flawless free program, sitting in the kiss and cry, getting scores she's elated about, Maë Berenice Mété of France brings her out a little cake to celebrate her 23rd birthday. Also, big shout out to Maë of France after coming back from a devastating injury at last year's World where she tore her Achilles tendon. This was her first event back and she looked great. Yaelim Kim of South Korea picks up her first Grand Prix medal with a silver. The refined and elegant skater from South Korea headed into the free program in 2nd place after a masterful short program. Opens up her free program with an unexpected mistake on the triple Lutz, just sliding off of her landing edge there, a jump that she usually garners huge points in GOEs for. She fights back and seems to be back on track until her final jumping pass, the triple sow. She goes down yet again. The imperfect program puts her in 4th in the free program and allows her to barely hold on to that silver medal by less than half a point from the young Japanese skater Rion Sumiyoshi. Other than being 8th at the Junior World Championships last year, Rion was virtually unknown. This is her first year on the Senior Grand Prix circuit. Sitting in 5th after the short program, she made a huge mistake on her final triple Lutz that just doesn't get into the air and into the rotation. She will have to fight back in the free program, and fight back she did. Opens up the free with a huge quad toe, falls hard on it, left side just a little bit open, almost over-rotated. But this is the first quad we've seen attempted on the Grand Prix circuit in the women's event. So big points for her here. Little mistakes throughout kept chipping away at her score, but such amazing promise in this young 19-year-old. For example, that exit of her triple lutz, such beautiful highlights technically and choreographically in this free program choreographed by Shaylin Bourne. She has everything going for her. A quad seems ready to go, skating skills that many in this event would die for, a little bit more presentation, but she's ripe for the picking and ripe to be at the top of the senior ranks. I cannot wait to see more of her. Let's go on to the ice dance. In first place of Italy, Charlène Chouinard and Marco Fabry. In second place from Canada, Laurence Fournier-Baudry and Nikolai Sorensen. And with the bronze, Yevgenia Lopareva and Jeffrey Brissaud from France. Let's start with our gold medal winners. Just off the podium at Worlds last year, the clear favorites for the gold here, so no surprise, they take it. In the rhythm dance, we have a centering mistake on the last twizzle in their sequence from both Marco and Charlène, contributing to their score of 83 and some. A score they seemed very disappointed with. They just hit their PB of 87 a few weeks ago at their pre-season event. This disappointing score puts the Canadians just behind them, striking distance to overtake them for that gold medal. Heading into the free, they have to buckle down and focus. They debut their gothic, foreboding love story free dance here. Very different and ambitious from their free program that they've had the last 2 seasons, that atonement program that I absolutely loved. So again, really pushing themselves like we know them to do. Lots of cool, interesting conceptual movements and storytelling in this program. Shaky again on the last twizzles from Marco this time, but strong skate throughout. We'll give them a 124, a 207 and change for the combined score. A 6-point lead gives them the gold medal, but these scores are pretty low when you compare them to their biggest competition, which will be Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier. They finally overtook Paul and Piper in the world standings last year, just breaking through them into that 4th place position. But Piper and Paul put up huge scores last week at Skate Canada with 128 in the free program and an 87 in the rhythm dance. That's about a 7-point difference. And, you know, competition to competition, of course, things are different. You can't really go apples to apples, but 6 points is huge. So they're definitely going to want to go back and see where they can really improve on those points, because they really want to make the world podium this year. And Piper and Paul are definitely their biggest competitors heading there. Now heading on to the Canadians in second place. After the rhythm dance, they were just on the heels of the Italians, just a point between them, setting them up for success heading into the free program. The free program, intriguing with elements like their opening combo lift that grabbed them huge GOEs. They look tight on elements like their twizzles. And if you look throughout their report card, where they really lost some of their things were GOEs, where they're just getting +1s, where they want to be in the 3s to 5s. So that 6-point gap between them and the Italians is something they definitely want to make up, because they definitely want to be a team that is going to be on the world podium. But young Canadian teams like Le Joie and Laga will make it very tough for them, as they also put up similar scores at Skate Canada. But again, room to grow in this program. I like it. I think there just needs to be a little bit more, especially from Nikolai. Let's head on to the mean. With the gold, Adam Seo-Him-Fa of France. In second place with the silver from Japan, Sota Yamamoto. And with the bronze, also from Japan, Kazuki Tamono. Big day for Team France. Adam Seo-Him-Fa becomes the first Frenchman to win the French Grand Prix in 16 years since Brian Joubert. enters this Grand Prix with 2 wins at his pre-season assignments. He definitely hopes to keep the momentum here. However, he has a big mistake in the short program, doubling a planned quad toe, but smartly adds on the triple. It'll cost him about 9 points. However, this short program about an angsty breakup in the rain, super Usher vibes. His full commitment to the story, emotion, complex movement allowed him to make up for those lost points in his program components. And I know when you have a mistake, you can only go to a certain level on program components, but I think he should have still been much higher on those marks. Go watch this program. He is giving it from beginning to end. Heads into the free program in third, opening up his free with a dodgy triple Lutz and a turnout on an Euler triple sow. And that's the only negative. In this 3 quad free program, he nails jump after jump after jump, smashing his old PB in the free by over 22 points with 180.98. These 2 programs are absolutely my favorite. The contrasting outfits, the connection to the story between the short program and the free. A beautiful job done by his choreographer, Benoit Richaud. I haven't seen 2 programs that are connected since the great Dennis Ten did it when his short and free were inspired by the movie The Artist. Now, let's talk about Japan's Sota Yamamoto, who finished in 2nd place. He was first after the short, skated a nice, clean program to Michael Bolton's Yesterday. I don't even remember the last time I even heard of Michael Bolton's song. Maybe in my mom's car, like the Ford Windstar in 1997 on the way to the rink. I didn't hate it though. Heading into the free. 2 big mistakes here, a fall on the quad sow and a pop triple axel keep him from holding on to top spot. It will put him 3rd in the free, still gets a new PB, and is good enough to hang on for the silver. Again, his first Grand Prix medal ever. In 3rd, Kazuki Tomono of Japan, my entertaining fave, and he does not disappoint here in Angers, giving the audience something to step to in that short program with these adorable Snoopy-like moves. I can't get enough. Keeps that energy going into the free program, not as clean here, but ends with a bang with that choreo sequence, similar to what he did in his La La Land program last season, a crowd favorite. And picks up again his 2nd Grand Prix medal. Now, we will be seeing all 3 of these medalists at the NHK Trophy in 2 weeks' time. Also there will be Shoma Uno, the reigning world champion. So this will be a dog fight for the Grand Prix final that you do not want to miss. Merci de voir. That's it from the Grand Prix of France. We will see you next week in the Grand Prix in Great Britain. Let us know about the skates here. Who is your favorite? Who do you think will make the Grand Prix final? Was it the French skaters program? Amazing. Let us know. See you next time. I know you loved that video, so subscribe so you don't miss any more. And you're sitting here anyways. Watch some more.